This is season 1, episode 10. I am Fresa. Wait. Oh my gosh. Wait.
She's drunk. Kidding.
No.
She missed last week, which is her fault, so she's definitely off her A game.
Yeah, just a little bit, guys.
Actually, Mama D, come back and take her spot.
Mama D, come down. I'm like, okay.
She's not ready.
I'm Coco. She's
Fresa. Fresita.
Fresa. And on tonight's episode, it's just us.
See.
We're making sure we are following all the rules of staying 6 feet away and not really seeing anyone,
yes.
right? Are you making sure?
No.
Okay.
I would never. But we do have for our future guests, or at least for our guests for next week, we're gonna do like a FaceTime in video type of thing, and that'll be exciting and new. So tune in for that one for our next guest until this is all sorted with. Yeah, so that's it for their future announcements. And so far for this topics of today's, it's kind of random, but not really. And I hope you're following us into this from the live that I was doing, like the promo before, just like 20 minutes before we started. So we're gonna start off with a random question. And the question is, actually it's not very random, I'm sorry. On my Instagram story post, I put the, like, what do you want to hear and see of us on our podcast? And one person asked, what is our type?
What is our type? Okay. Fuck. Okay.
I know, huh? By the way, the some of the tallies aren't working. This one I see go on, but I don't see the other ones. Should check that before. But okay, what's your type?
Oh my gosh, that's kind of hard. What is my type? I feel like I need. Oh my gosh. Okay. First thing first, you need to have money.
Your nails match you and your socks.
But you need to have money. I cannot.
How much money? Like, what is enough money for Noelle's lowest standard?
At least comfortable. Like, you have to be comfortable. Like, you have to have enough money where, like, you are not living paycheck to paycheck. Okay. You're like spending every day. Like, you need to be comfortable. You're never worried about money. There. That's my first one. And then besides money, you need to be like very honest. And you have to be very funny. Like, you have to have like, you need to be like, I don't even know what the word for it is. Like, I guess not boring. Like, there's
a lot of personality.
There
charismatic.
We go. You need to just be funny. You need to have like something to you where it's just not like the same shit every day with you. Like, you need to, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, just not a boring ass person. And then from there, other than that, that's really it. I just want somebody who's really trustworthy. That's my number one. And then if you're not, like I said, you're not boring. Other than that, that's really it. Like, I don't really have like, I'm not really like, oh my gosh, you need to have this, and this. No. As long as you just kind of get like by my little small rules, and then I go from there, you know? Like, I feel like nobody's really perfect.
I like how you haven't mentioned anything about looks, though.
You know what? No, like,
are you not like the first thing that catches your eyes looks, or not even necessarily?
It's not, you know what? It's not even that. Like, I'm not like, oh my gosh, you have to be
like a vibe.
This tall, this. No, I just really look at, you have to have money. That's really fucked up, but you have to have money.
Yeah. Mama D would say it's not fucked up, right, Mama D? You guys have the other little mic thing? Mama D, would you say it like, because she was like, it's fucked up to say I want a man with money. Is that fucked up? Because you always say
no,
it's not.
I'm not. That's definitely a part of self-love, because people, I say this, if I have goals and dreams and living a lifestyle of being a millionaire, I can't date somebody with a poverty or lack of abundance mindset. Somebody who's vibrating that. You know, like, I get it. Like, maybe he might not have money at the moment, but he's working on something and he's making shit happen. Like, that's the millionaire mindset. That's somebody, you know, there's potential, you know, it's different. But at the end of the day, like, if I made more money so far than you, we're the same age, you know, like, you need to get to my level.
Yeah, see, okay. I just don't want people to think like I'm like a gold digger.
No, it's not.
You know?
It's
like,
self-love. Like, you should want the best in life.
And I hate to say that, because that's the first thing. I'm like, I don't even care what you look like. If you got money, like, I'm somehow attracted to you. It's, and like, I feel so fucked up, but like, I just feel like when people, like, when they have money, when guys have money, they carry themselves in a whole different level. Like,
so true, and it makes them
different. There you go. That's what it is. They carry themselves. But don't get me wrong.
It's their energy.
I don't like cocky guys. That's one thing, like a turn off for me. I'm like, don't be cocky with your money. I get, like, you can tell someone who has money from far away. Well, I mean, it's just, to me, it's just like people with money carry themselves different.
Act different.
So
They're
it's like
different.
Just don't be they different, but just don't be cocky, you know. But to me, I just love a man. They carry themselves different and very confident. Like, they don't really have to. I don't know. Like, they think different, and it's just like less worries and stress. I feel like, you know, like I just
so you'll be okay with a man who, let's say, he does have a lot of money, very, very extremely well off, but he's not into any of the lavish lifestyle. Like, he doesn't do no designer. Like, he even believes, like, I'm not gonna give you designer. Like, and let's just say he's extremely wealthy, but let's say he's not into any of that type of stuff. Is that a deal breaker for you? If he's like, babe, we're not getting you that, because, you know, like, you know, it's different if it's like if your engagement ring, but anything else extra, like, you know, like, he'll just get like a normal.
What? No, I actually would not.
But you know, he has.
There we go. Yeah,
you know.
like, that actually would not be a deal breaker for me. I just feel like,
because you love your designer. I know, like, and what if you would get mad, like, babe, you're shopping at.
I'm like, you're again. Like, what? And I'm like, why are we here? Like, we can afford something. No, you know, it is not a deal breaker. I feel like if you have that mindset, I'm dating somebody or I'm in a relationship with somebody who has like a lot of money, then my mindset is very like, go get money. So, you know, what is it that should I want to have as much money as you? You know, so like, I can buy my own shit, but it's like, my man needs to have way more money than me, and he has to be 100% comfortable with it. Okay. So other than that, like, I'm not very picky. And then just once I'm in a relationship, then I like, okay, I'm like, there's certain things where I'm like, okay, I'm like, this is not what I like about you. But from the very beginning, I'm just like, money, you have to be very funny. There's like, I don't want you boring.
Money, funny, bunny, honey.
I'm like, I go on like, money, funny. Just honestly, don't be boring. Have a good personality and have money, and that's really it. That's and then good. Honest. Like, you need to be honest. Like, if you cannot be like, hey, I have 3 bitches. Hey, like, I'm gonna go and see this girl, or hey, like, this is what it's going to be from the very beginning. Or it's not even that, like, if you want to do something fucked up, okay, I'm gonna go out, like, I'm gonna go do this, go to the strip club, go do this. Just fucking be honest. Like, I don't give a shit what you do. Just be honest. Like,
you're all getting personal with it. You're like, are you listening?
Like, are you listening right now? Hopefully you're tuning in.
Oops, sorry.
But just be honest. Like, honesty goes such a long way. Like, just be honest with me.
Are you always honest in your relationship?
I'm honest if you're honest with me.
I'm literally just joking about, because yesterday with Mama D's podcast,
but
they were talking about you. That's really why I said it. I'm like,
but it's like, you get honesty as much as honesty.
You heard? There you go. Get what you give.
Yeah, there you go. I'm very like that. You give me that, cool. I'm gonna be as half honest. Like, you're 100% honest with me, I'm gonna give it to you. Like, but you don't, cool. I'll do the same thing. What about you?
And that's on period.
Period. Pool. Period.
All right.
What about you? What do you? Yeah. What's your
definitely type? What attracts me first is looks. I would say, and then looks plays a role for me. It's not only looks, but it does play a role because I have to be sexually attracted to someone. I have actually, on that level, like you said, have been attracted to someone because they did have money, and then their personality is really good. You know, I'm not like saying they were perfect, but like, and everything about them was like so good, and I just wasn't sexually attracted to them. Like, I really loved them and cared for them.
So you really have to be somebody that you really
like,
actually.
They're perfect. They're like literally probably like the perfect, most ideal. You can marry them, start a family, which is cool. But the looks, I was never attracted to them like that. Like, I couldn't, you know. So it's, for me, it just plays a role because I don't want to kiss them. I don't want to, like, how can we ever even get down to, you know, making love or whatever you want to call it, any of that stuff. Like, all the other things, it wasn't even enough for me to be like, I'm not even gonna, I couldn't, like, I can't fake that type of thing.
So really, you have to be good looking. Like, that's just.
Yeah, in my opinion. Or not even, sometimes it's not even the typical what you know of, like, oh, you would find this person. It's, you just kind of, they catch your eye for some reason, but you still are attracted to their looks. But someone else might not think they're good looking.
Yeah.
Something about them you like that. Definitely what you said about personality, because I've known amazing. Mama D shared this too. Everything reminds me of her podcast where she shared this too. Which, plug her in real quick. Mama D's podcast. You can look it up on YouTube. It's every Wednesday at 9 p.m.
9 p.m. Yeah.
8 to 9 p.m. Just get lucky and
If it's a
try to
good
guess
day,
it.
8 o'clock.
She talks
Roll
about
the
love.
dice.
Yeah, she talks about love and relationships. So make sure you subscribe to that and watch it. Yeah. So back to mine is wait. Well, I'm like, I just totally got off topic.
You were talking
about
the personality, and you were just saying that you've dated a lot of people that
Yes.
they like personalities, and then you said on Mama D's podcast.
talking about money, looks.
You were gonna say something about personality though.
Okay, the personality.
Like I've dated a lot of guys with personality.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. And then they don't, but no personality. Looks. Sorry, that's the opposite. So they had only looks. They had only looks, no personality, and that's just like it really sucked for that. Like it was like you would like they're good to look at, and you just be sitting there and but no
Like
conversation.
I don't
or
like
nothing.
boring guys. Like I'm like you need to talk or like you need to have something to you. You know, like don't be boring. But I feel like it's hard for a guy to be like outgoing. I don't know why. I just feel like a lot of the guys that I do meet are very like like just very chill, and like you really have to get that side out of them until they like you've known them for a while. But I feel like I don't see really guys being outgoing unless they're just like
True.
really young.
And shy is different too. They can be shy, but
yeah,
which
true.
is different because you know they're shy. But then there's some you just can tell there's no substance there at all.
Yeah, true.
So my last one would probably be, even if they don't have money, it's okay. But as long as I guess they're working towards something, like they have a vision, a goal, and
Great,
they're
make me
working
look
toward
bad.
it. No,
You're like someone like doesn't
but it's
have
very
money.
different to be with someone who's already established. If you're willing to just grow with them, or you want them to be there already. So that's the difference. I don't think either one's bad. Everyone's just looking for something different, and yeah. So that's pretty much mine.
See, and I feel like now that I don't know why this brought me back, but like I feel like when I first started dating, I was dating like a lot of guys that were like didn't have money and they were like barely making it and like starting with, and I absolutely I didn't hate it. I just felt like there was just always something off. And then now recently when I moved to LA, like I've dated people with money and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's like
So different.
and now I look back, I'm like, that's what it was. But I feel like I always dated guys with no money, and I was just like, damn, like I gotta struggle with. It's not even struggle, but it's like I was with somebody that needed help, and I couldn't really help them, so I was just like, I don't know. So maybe I don't know. Maybe now
That's
that
a
I'm
good
older,
perspective on it though. But I like that.
but also like I was younger, so I couldn't really help them. I would always be like, damn, like you can't fucking take me out to lunch, or like you can't do something little for me. So it was always like, okay, well I guess with the money my parents give me, I guess I'll take us, you know. But I mean, maybe it'll be different now, but now I'm just scared to go through that because that's all I ever dated when I was younger, and I was just like, I hated it. Like now that I'm in LA, like I've not dated anybody who's not established, but I'm like, oh my gosh, it just gives me, I'm just like, eek, like I can't, I'm scared to do that. I'm like, I don't want to suffer with you, you know.
Like that's good. That's different. What happened? Oh. I'm like, okay. This one's kind of my own random little, just off of the first question we just asked. Then we'll get into the next topic. Do you ever like when your significant other is a little bit like
Chubby.
stinky? She said chubby. Like chubby.
Like chubby?
No, Noelle. I like when they're chubby.
They're like, I love chubby.
No, they're like a little bit stinky. Like whoever you're dating or your boyfriend or girlfriend, like they're like a little bit smell to them. I'm not saying they're nasty. Like
Natural body odor.
like not repulsive. Like people can, I think, kind of get the gist of it, but people going into details like, you know, just a little bit something. But do you like it or love it because it's them? And I'm not trying to say like, oh my god, disgusting.
No, definitely I wouldn't be like, oh my god, ew. I don't think like that. I wouldn't say like, oh my god, I love it. I wouldn't say like, oh my god, I hate it.
Do you kind of like it because it's them, or no? You're like, go shower.
I don't know. I'm just kind of in between. Like I don't like it and I don't love it. I'm just kind of like, Like I wouldn't be like, oh my god, go shower. I wouldn't be like, oh my god, I love it. You know, I would tolerate it.
You're not Amber Rose smelling. Remember, did they say she would smell someone's
21.
boxers, 21 Savage box? She said it, something like that. She
Really?
would smell his like dirty boxers, and she loved it.
Oh, that's freaky.
You're like, I'm about to go try.
I'm gonna go try right now. I don't think I would hate it. I don't hate it or love it. Like I just, like I tolerate it. like if it's around, I won't be like, oh my God, I love it. Or I wouldn't be like, ugh. I don't really, like that isn't really.
Okay, so it's like you're neutral.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
I don't love. I
would
like
say you love
I
it.
like it. I like it a lot, but I don't want to say like I'm like upset. I mean, I'm not crazy, but I like
stanky
it.
booty, you're like,
Ew.
you're my favorite.
Definitely no stanky booty, but if they're sweaty or something, I'd like it.
You would? Okay.
Because it's them, and it's normally if they're like really clean, it's not their smell. It's like the smell of like their body wash or their shampoo.
True.
So like that's just like their natural body pheromones. Just like it's their smell, so it smells just like a little tone of them or whatever you want to call it.
You're like, the worse they smell, the better.
I'm like, don't shower. I'm like, dirty thing.
You're like, don't shower for like 4 days. Like, wear the same clothes, wear the same boxers
so
every single night. Ew, like, and go work out in them and still sleep in them. Wake up the next day and give them to me.
Oh my God, I've heard it, but I feel like I've seen or like heard of people actually liking people like that. Like, really, that's too much. Like, extremely dirty.
Oh, ew. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I would be like, nah.
What's the longest you've ever gone since you were a kid without showering?
Probably, like maybe 3-4 days as a kid. 3-4 days, at least I would say. Like my mom. Okay, first of all, my mom. I swear, this is kind of weird, but my mom, like as a Mexican, like you, like they're just very like. You gotta be very fucking clean, and my mom would she would if you didn't shower, she would wash you herself. Mind you, you could be like 10, 11 years old, and she would seriously wash you. Like I think I went like
How?
one day,
like she'd go up to you with like a soap and
yes, like she would literally drag your ass to the bathroom, and she would mind you, you're like already a grown, like not grown, but like you're already old enough.
Thank you, booty.
And she always used to do it to my little brother, and he was like, I swear to God, he was like maybe like 9, 10. I'm like, dude, he's 9, 10. Like, you can't be washing him. She was like, he doesn't want to like ever shower. Like, I'm like, ew. So my mom, if you went too long without showering, my mom would literally drag you to the shower, and she would do it herself, and that would be embarrassing. She'd be like, if you don't shower, I'm gonna embarrass you. Like, it's that easy. Like, so I would probably say 3, 4. My mom just never really would let us. Like, and especially my dad, if he came to their house, like, and he smelled any type of funny smells, he would be like, okay, somebody needs to shower.
Like showering.
It would always be like somebody needs to shower.
She was like really sensitive to smells.
Yes. So like, other than that, like I would say 3, 4. I don't remember going forever long time without showering.
I think mine was 3 too. I want to say 3.
3, 4.
Like showers weren't my favorite.
They weren't.
But that reminds me of a really gross story with my childhood. I think I was.
Oh, you're like 16
with Champ, Mom. 9, 10.
What happened?
I was 9 or 10. What grade was I in? Does it third? Younger than third? Maybe third.
In like second or third grade.
So we had a great. I don't know if I've shared it with you, but I'm gonna tell you again.
No.
We had a Great Dane, which they're huge.
Yes.
Like I don't even know how tall they get, but they're huge.
You guys had a Great Dane?
He was honestly, I think he was one of my favorite.
My gosh.
He was one of my favorite dogs.
You got what? A Great Dane? Oh my gosh.
So I was.
Yeah. All black.
So I went to walk him like I normally did, minding my business, and he had just taken like a fresh dookie on the lawn, like outside, not in the house.
Okay.
He took a fresh number 2 caca mierda on the lawn.
Caca mierda.
I pick it up in the plastic bag and I tie it, and like so I'm holding him in one hand, the poo poo bag in the other hand. I'm walking to the dumpster in the back of our building. So I'm walking, and he's like trying to get playful, and he bites on the plastic bag of poop. And this is the bag, and I'm holding his leash, and I'm like, stop. I'm like, let go. And I'm pulling it. It rips, and it flies. My mouth's open.
No, it doesn't fly in your
face. I'll never forget this. Like,
it goes in your mouth.
It goes like this. Bah. So it's like on my nose,
was it
on my lips, in my mouth, on my chin here, and it hit me open. It was so hot. It was like hot, fresh. Like it was hot, fresh. So it was like. That makes it worse. Like if it was a little dry turd, it would have been a little bit. It still would have been gross. And I was like, I didn't know what to do because I was so disgusted. I didn't want to touch it. Like, what would your first reaction have been? I didn't know what to do. I'm like, okay. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm like, what do I do?
I would have let him go and took off running home, like with my mouth open, screaming, crying, like, help me! People would have thought thought like I was trying to be kidnapped, I would have been like, ah, running around the neighborhood.
It was, yeah. So literally, I don't even think I think I just dropped the poop, but I ran back with him. And I didn't know. I was so open, so I'm like, and I go in the house, I'm like, because I'm not talking. I'm like, and she's like, what? Something like that. Did you know what it was by looking?
It was, yeah, definitely. It was like the funniest moment as a mom. Like all in here is Jasmine running up
I know you were laughing so hard,
and you can hear her screaming, and the dog's like pulling her along, and everything. We jump in the house, and the dog's like thinking she's playing because he's like, oh, she's ready.
Shit in my mouth. Does
And
anyone get
Jasmine's
that?
like, ah! And I'm like,
It's
I look,
in my
and you
mouth,
I
the
can see
shit.
the poop all over her face.
I know you were laughing so hard.
Oh, I was hysterical. It's the funniest moment as a mom.
What happened after that?
Okay, but can we all like, it was inside my mouth. Has anyone had dog shit in their mouth ever?
Pause. Did you taste, like, did you end up tasting it on
didn't
accident?
taste it. I mean, I was just like, I mean, I guess I had to taste it while like, spitting it out, but like,
Was it like, did it taste like sour or anything?
it tasted like how it smells.
Like shit.
Yeah. I'm like, no, it tasted like coffee.
I'm like, no, you're like
It was
chocolate.
so, no, and then when I spit it out, I couldn't, and I'm like, I literally had her have to clean everything. I couldn't even bear her. Like, I was like, she had to do every single thing for me, and I kept like, I was just like so, I was
That's a good story.
It was the funniest, probably the funniest moment of her childhood, of my life.
I'm like, I do. I'm like, wow.
You like do it again with Loli's shit.
Oh, could you imagine? Oh my gosh.
Would you have freaked out the same? I'd freak out now still.
Oh, I would freak out. Like, that's a big no-no.
Like,
I would have let my dog go.
No, it's a no-no.
It's a no-no.
No, it's a no-no.
I would have literally let go of my dog. I don't care where we were, and I would have ran home. I would have been like, you can go find the dog later. There's shit literally on my face and in my mouth. Oh, and then I feel like I would have been scared. I would have, like, my mouth would have hurt, like, to keep it open. So I probably would have closed it.
No! You're like, I'm doing this for the greater good, swallow.
No. Oh my gosh. I would have freaked out.
I think it was even in my hair too. Oh, it was so.
Like, what are the odds? Oh, man.
I should have thought too, like, okay, the bag's thin, I'm pulling it, like, and then he was just like.
I would have not pulled. I would have let it go.
I was so mad at the dog for so like long. After that, I was like, so.
You're like, no, never
I had
walking ever
resentment
again.
toward it.
You're like, no, you shit on
I'm
my
walking
back.
past in the living room. I'm like,
You're like, you shit on my.
for lunch, I'm feeding him 5 kibbles.
You're like, that's it. You're like, no. Oh my gosh, that's a story.
Got to get that off my chest.
Oh, now everybody knows there was shit on your face. A poo-poo's dog.
Poo poo caca.
Poo-poo.
So another question someone asked on my stories was, how is the quarantine affecting our business? Oh my god, I had a quarantine getting infected.
Oh my god.
Affecting our businesses or money.
Well, I'm definitely not working at the club anymore, so that's like a big hit for me. And it's not even like what I get paid; it's like my tips, like, you know, what I can pull off myself. That's like a big, huge. I'm like, oh shit. But luckily, I've been really smart. I haven't been like really stressing about money because one, I've saved. Like that's one thing. Like my mom has always taught me. Like no matter how like. When you make easy money, like save the easy money because one day it's not gonna come as so easy. And that's one thing. Like I was always getting good tips at Playhouse, and now I'm just like, I always saved it, and to the point where I was like, damn, like, you know, like I can just imagine if I was spending it as fast as I was making it, I would be like I'd be like, oh fuck. And then two, like I'm actually working on the side, so I don't. It's affecting me. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just like I've been saving and I'm working on the side. Another thing that's affecting me is working out. That's a huge downfall right now. I'm like, oh my gosh. And just like that one walk going to the gym and walking back home is like driving me insane. Like I don't really leave home, you know.
So where have you been working out at?
Just home. I just been working out at home.
Bands?
But
resistance bands?
No, I've been doing HIIT training. So like like a 20 or 30 minute workout. And
are you looking it up off of someone's, or you just decided your own or your regular routine?
I started on YouTube. I started going just to like HIIT training workouts, and then I found one, and then just to study it, and then I kind of got it. Okay, what's it like? What's it all about? So it's like I do 25-second workout, and then I break for 10 seconds, and then back on for 25, and then I just work out for 30 minutes, and it's actually better than my band workouts because I feel like band workouts, like I don't know, if there's only so much you can do, you know. So I just I've been doing HIIT training, but I miss working out because it's so hard just to work out even at home. Like it's so hard. Like you really have to have
motivating.
No, you have to have like passion and like it's so easy. Like you're working out and you're watching TV, but then you see your bed and the couch. You're just
or
like
just anything. You're like, okay.
And then anything throws you off. Like it's just like a phone call or somebody's like knocking on the door or like whatever it is. Like you just stop and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, okay, back at it. So it's like a lot. Like you really have to have like a lot of work to like really sit there and be like, okay, I'm gonna work out for 30 minutes, an hour. So that's the hardest part about me. I feel like that's what's been really affecting me, just working out and just even going outside, and just seeing everybody else just like normal life living.
And tell everyone about I don't know what it's called. Everyone in downtown LA, they clap for people in the
oh yeah, so like everybody
field
yeah.
or something?
So right now I believe Italy does it, New York definitely does it, and LA. But I saw it about like a week ago.
Only downtown LA?
You know what? I feel like the whole city tries to do it, but you know how New York, everybody basically lives next to each other because it's all high rises.
Yes.
So like no matter where you are in New York, you can still hear everything. And you know how LA, you can't like, you know what I mean? Like North Hollywood doesn't have high rises. Like it's not like it's not like downtown. And basically, I feel like the only reason why it's only downtown is because it's like this is where all the high rises are. But yeah, so every day at 8 p.m. Everybody claps and yells and just screams and shouts for all the medical, like for all the everybody who's working in the medical field. And downtown LA started it about, I would say like 6 days ago.
How did you hear about it?
Because I seen it on Instagram that they were doing it in Italy, and then from there I seen they were doing it in New York. But when I clicked on the one in New York, it was so loud, like people were literally like, it was just crazy. Like I was like, holy shit. But I didn't think they were doing it in LA. So about 2-3 days later, I heard it. I was like watching TV and I could hear like bits of claps and like a little bit of yelling. And I'm like, wait, what are they doing? Like, I was like, what the fuck?
You come out, you're like, thank you. Thank you very much.
So like, yes, I'm like, I'm still alive. And I was like, what are they doing? And then the next day I realized like, okay, why are they clapping at the same time again? But it was getting louder.
Wow.
And now it's so loud, and like where I live, it's like even cars join, like people flicker their lights, people even have their dogs like literally barking. It is so fucking cool now.
So it's at what time again?
At 8.
So what do you do? Will you just clap or you say like, woo?
I yell, yeah, because my brother works in the hospital, so I'm like, fuck, I'm like, damn, like I know what he's been going through, but everybody does it. Like my whole entire building does it. If you can see everybody on their balcony, you can see everybody poking their head out the window. People flicker their lights. So like if they're not yelling, you can really see through like everybody else's like condo flicking their lights. People put music on, and they go for like about 5, 6, 7 minutes. But yeah, it's actually really cool. I'm like, dude, I love it. And
I like that.
I thought it was gonna die down, but no, it's actually getting even better. So I'm like, I wonder how long it's gonna last. It's cool though.
Hopefully during the whole
Hopefully.
support.
Yeah.
I'm like, claps for them.
Yay. You're like, what time is it? You're like 8. You're like, we're gonna pause so we can go out there. But yeah, what has it been affecting you like during the quarantine? Have you seen it affecting your money?
Same. So
your lifestyle?
Actually, lifestyle, of course. Lifestyle. Just going. My main thing was going to dinners and stuff like that. That was big to me. And definitely the gym. Like you said, it's so different just being in there because you kind of just are just really focused. You're like next thing after the next.
Like there's nothing else to do there, you know.
So
it's like you have to.
You can, but you might feel a little bit slower. Like you're a little bit.
You get distracted. There's so much going on. Like there's
so gym I miss so much, a lot. And then for my money wise, so everything. Thank God. Luckily, everything's doing really really good still because my stuff works through online, and that's. Most of my stuff is through online things. And I know right now it's even crazier. Yeah, like everybody's just nothing to do. It's not affected really at all, to be honest. Yeah, so I'm blessed, and I hope everyone else out there that is struggling, they find something, some type of way that they can definitely get theirs and keep it up.
I forget that I don't stress, but when I talk to my family, like my sister, she's stressing, and I'm like, oh fuck, I forget there is people out there stressing, or I have some of my coworkers that text me like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm just like, nothing. Like, they're like, yeah, but what are you doing for work? Dang. I'm like, I forget. I'm like, really, oh shit. Like, coworkers? Yeah, they literally would text me like, hey, what are you doing? Like, oh my God, I'm stressing for money and stuff. And I'm just like, and I forget, like, I'm like, oh fuck, like, you know, like, I'm like, damn, you know, but you know, I always say, I'm like, guys, you guys need to save, like, that's so much, that's like a main thing, you know.
I
like,
saw someone else I followed that I know, she was saying this is a big part of savings is because you just to prepare for the unexpected. Like, you never know.
No,
just always have a saving, whether it's just always have a saving. So that is a good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm like, for me, I'm like, regardless if I wasn't working on the side, I would have been okay. I would have been like, oh my gosh. But that's why I'm like, dude, like, I've been like a big thing for huge. Like, I've been huge about saving. Like, anytime I get make money, half of it goes into my savings. Always half.
Perfect.
Always. Like, I don't even, if it's $100,
doing that.
$50 goes into my savings. If I make 500, 250 goes into my savings. Like, I'm just a really huge, like, saver. Like, and I believe in saving because I'm like, dude, like, you know, anything can happen. And luckily it has happened, you know, and I feel bad for everybody who's out there, like, freaking out. And hopefully, like, this is all over. I know, like, a lot of stores have, like, filed for bankruptcy, and it's, like, fucking fucked up. I'm like, damn, you know.
What stores? I mean, off top.
Neiman and Marcus. I know they did, and they're like huge. Like, I love them. I love their store. Yeah, they filed for bankruptcy.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. And then
Marcus, I think they filed for like a $41 billion bankruptcy, or is it $4 billion? $4 billion or $41 billion for
that's what
Neiman
I'm
Marcus.
saying. Like, it's sad, and like a lot of these other, like, imagine all these smaller.
Wait, so does that mean that they're? I mean, I'm not trying to be materialistic, but does that mean their website's having a sale? Or?
Yeah, it is. It is. It is.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
I've been looking. Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone
it's
go to
like,
Neiman Marcus's
like, that's the
website.
best part.
But what other ones? I mean,
What
that's
else?
crazy.
There's a lot actually. And it's so fucking shitty. But I'm like, damn, you know, like, you never know when a crisis is gonna happen. And the fact that this is going on, I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I just hope everybody's out there, like, who's suffering
this
from
is our
money
first. I mean, at least I think since kind of for our age group, first crisis that's ever happened. I mean, I don't know if it's considered.
I think so. Yeah, I guess
the only thing
yeah.
I could. What would you guys say for our Mama D or Abel for yours? Was it like the '94 earthquake in Northridge? Was that like a huge? Oh yeah, 9/11 too.
Oh, 9/11. I was
For
going to say
me,
9/11.
yeah, definitely would have been the earthquake was the first thing that I'd ever
Was
experienced.
everyone like kind of? I hate to say freaking out, but like was everyone kind of like? I like what? How was the experience for you?
A lot of people we hadn't had an earthquake in such a long time from before that. So, you know, everyone was like, it was just like traumatizing. You know, like, I mean, nothing compared to 9/11.
The strongest you've ever
9/11.
been in though, still.
Yes, definitely.
That's so scary.
Isn't that crazy?
What about the riots?
The
no,
riots?
the riots didn't affect me at all. You know, like, I wasn't from that area.
When was that? When were the?
I think it was in '92.
Okay.
LA riots.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I wasn't in the city. I wasn't nowhere around it, nor did anybody know be affected by it. So, like, I don't even think I really cared. I was just like, oh, okay, like, I don't know over there. So, like,
Like,
what am I
living my
worried
normal
about?
life.
Yeah.
And on Abel, speaking on Abel, what Abel said on 9/11, that was 2001, right? Okay, I'm like, because we were in first grade, so I don't. What's your experience on that, Abel? Just because I don't. We were so young. Like, to be honest, I don't, and I'm not trying to disrespect anyone from there. Like, I'm praise like all the heroes and stuff, but I don't even remember. This keeps sliding. I don't even remember it. I mean, at that time, I don't, because we're in first grade. What are we, like 6 years old, maybe?
5, 6.
Yeah. So I don't recall. But how was your experience with that?
I think I was in middle school. I was in sixth. Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, I'll start over.
Yeah.
I was in sixth
9/11.
grade English class, and I don't remember I don't know if you guys remember they used to roll the TVs in, and
Yeah,
all
we
the
had
kids
them
got.
still
That's
older.
my
We had them older.
favorite.
Yeah.
When they would roll the TVs in, I'm like, movie day. I'm
and
like,
then
I
so
love
everyone
that.
was excited, so all the kids were hyped,
Oh.
and then all of a sudden we went. But the thing is,
Whoa.
we thought it was like a movie, so she put it on, but the teacher was like distraught. She was crying, and we
Oh
didn't
my God.
get
oh my
it.
God.
So she explained
you were
what
even,
she
you were still young too to
she,
like
she had to
comprehend.
explain to all of us like this is what's going on, and we're all of us were just kind of like we didn't know how serious of this situation was until later on that day. We knew like people were dying, people were losing people were frantic, like it was huge, like a life changing historic, unfortunately terrorist event, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, even in being in 6th grade, a lot of us were just kind of looking at each other like, what does this mean? Like, what happens? Like, you know what I mean? We knew a building was getting, but we just thought, again, like, a lot of us were just like, oh, it's just a movie. Like, we just literally thought when she turned on the TV, it was a movie.
Yeah.
Like, so there was a plane crashing into a building, and we were like,
Ooh.
oh shit.
That is crazy though.
Yeah, and then I remember them sending us home, like, within an hour. The whole school went home, yeah. But,
Wow.
yeah.
See, that's
crazy.
crazy. And I
Ma,
feel-
I'm just remembering one more thing, Mama D. The Night Stalker. Wasn't that when you were little?
Yeah.
Wasn't that's
The
fucking
Night
scary
Stalker?
as fuck. Okay, I never had. Have we? I mean, not that I recall. Have we had like a huge that you can recall?
Like a serial murderer, killer.
Like, or what if they were like, let's say like in Idaho at that time when you were like 10 years old, they're like, everyone lock your windows and sleep in the same room and lock your doors because there's a murderer going around your little city like killing people.
there was like a serial killer, but what he was doing was he had a fake cop car. And they were saying,
Idaho?
yes, and they were saying, do not stop for like a fake. So basically,
How would you know though if it was fake?
That's the thing. That's the thing. And people were literally saying that if a cop car or like, you know, flashes light at you, to pull over like at a gas station, like at a park, like, you know, like at a mall or like somewhere where like it was gonna be like.
So you did
a lot of
that.
people.
How old were you?
And then, you know, Ted Bundy. You guys ever heard of Ted Bundy?
Is he from Idaho?
Ted Bundy was so he
Oh.
did his killings all throughout, and he did a killing, I believe, in Idaho and in Utah. So he was actually and then he had a house in Utah, which is maybe like 2 hours away from Idaho Falls. It was scary. There's like hella shit, but wait, there was like a Night Stalker.
Oh yeah. So what's your story, Mama D, on the Night Stalker?
Gee, I
Richard
think
Ramirez?
I was in 1st grade. I think I was in 1st grade.
Yeah,
First
wow,
grade
you
or
were so-
2nd grade. And I remember hearing the news. I was best friends with Angela at the time. And I remember, like at night, like I would go spend the night at her house. We spend the night at each other's house all the time. But I always went to her house because she had a house and I lived in an apartment. But I remember like at night, like her mom and grandma, everyone would go and we'd like lock all the windows and the doors, and we slept with like knives near the bed. And I think he was in Montebello. Like we're talking about like LA, like that he was like a huge murderer, and people were
Like
just like,
Central
how's
LA.
no
That's
one been able to find this
crazy.
guy? Yeah, so we were just like, it was so close to home,
Did
like
you
literally in the
comprehend
same
it, though,
city.
At the age or not?
Yeah,
like somewhat or fully?
Oh, that's
yeah, somebody's gonna murder me
creepy.
at 1st grade. Like I understand that really clearly.
Oh,
Imagine, okay, right now they're saying that there's like a serial killer out in North Hollywood. Would you freak the fuck out?
Definitely. I definitely would be like, we're all like lights all on.
But wait, was it? Oh my gosh, what's that huge serial killer that they just barely got? And he was based in California. They just got him like literally last year.
Oh,
No, he was a big serial killer. Oh my gosh, and they literally just found him. He's like, they ended up catching him like last year, I believe, through like an ancestry thing. But he had like 39 murders.
that
It was
I'm not
something
sure.
crazy.
No. I'm not
Oh my
sure.
god, not the Zodiac killer. It's something kind of. It's something like that. Oh my gosh, and he kind of did a lot of his killings out through the San Fernando Valley or like San Francisco. Oh my gosh, guys, I
She's
cannot
like
believe
one of those.
they always
I don't
talked about
know.
him. They always did hella documentaries on him, and they just barely caught him.
What about the two brothers that killed their rich parents?
The Mendez brothers?
No, not for not right now. But I'm saying, do you guys remember that or what? When was
I
that?
don't know. I don't
Oh.
really remember
Was that
it.
before? When you were young?
No.
It just wasn't that
I'm older
huge.
than them.
I mean, that wasn't serial killer, so I guess it affects.
No, like serial killer's a serial killer. I would be hella scared of
What
that.
about the O.J. Simpson trial, guys?
That one, I think every single person watched.
Have you
For
watched
sure,
the
I
show?
watched
Up,
it.
yeah.
Do you think he
killed
did
her?
it?
I don't
Honestly,
know.
I've never watched this whole thing, and I've never followed up on it myself, so I can't say.
I would say, fuck, I don't
From
want to
what
say this.
I've
People get
heard-
mad at me. This is just from what I think, I feel like he didn't. I don't think he did.
Definitely, yeah.
I don't think he did. What did he? Obviously, did they have beef going on? And like, was he there at the wrong time? Like, just with all that shit that was going on, obviously. But I feel like he didn't kill her.
Oh, you said didn't.
No,
Oh.
he
Didn't? Oh, I
didn't.
thought you
I didn't
said
think he did.
did.
No, he
Oh,
didn't. I
okay.
didn't think he. I don't think he did.
Have you seen the movie?
She said yes. She said
on
she's
Netflix?
watched it all.
Yes. No, on Netflix? Not on Netflix.
They have a documentary now. All the
do they?
people that were involved in the whole entire case they speak about it.
Oh,
Watch
shit.
that and you're gonna be completely like, what the fuck? Like, he's
Fuck.
guilty for sure. He even wrote a book saying if I did kill her, this is how it would happen.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And he gives details exactly of how it happened.
Ay, fuck. I feel bad.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
like, he
definitely. You
did
guys
it.
should watch the Netflix of it.
It's fictional?
I saw
No, it's
some
real.
of it. I think
It's like, yeah.
maybe with her, but
It is, and it's interesting because
There it is!
Sorry.
Guys, right now,
We hear them
it's 8
cheering.
p.m. If you're in downtown LA, shout, yell for all the medical workers. Yay, that's awesome. That's exciting.
that's so cool.
Mm-hmm. That's exciting. Get so excited. I'm like, it's getting louder and louder. Well, that's
Okay.
crazy.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, there's still people.
Okay. Our next one.
Pause. I have a question. I just thought. I actually been watching the show that's called Evil Lives Here, and it's on the ID channel, and
Sounds
it's
familiar.
It's literally about like literally real life cases, but it's about serial killers in your family. So like, what would like if your brother was a killer, like if your mom was a serial killer, if your dad was a serial killer, and these people literally talk about like them growing up and like thinking like, damn, like my brother is a serial killer. Like I'm old now, but this is what happened. So now that I'm thinking, what would you do like if your brother, your mom, or your dad was a serial
I'm
killer?
the only
would
child, so I'd have to do like my dad or my mom or someone like.
would you
uncle,
would you still talk
aunt.
to them like if they were a serial killer? Like would you still go visit them in jail? Would you still be like still have connection
Yeah,
with them?
yes, I would.
You would?
I think you know what? It's hard for me to think. It depends on like, cause I feel like when you're family, you always be like, no, they're innocent. Like unless they confess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd
a lot
have
of
to
these
be
cases,
kinda
they're
in-
like, they confess and they said like, okay, I've killed 15 women. And this was a fucked up case. There was a case that this
So
dad
it
killed
depends on the case.
like 16 women, and they all look like the daughter. It was fucking crazy.
Okay.
And the daughter, I believe at the time was like, I think she was like 17, 18. And she at first was like, no way, like my dad didn't kill anybody. But he ended up proving like, yeah, he did. And they asked him like, why did all the girls look like your daughter? And he was like, I don't know. He's like, they just did. And they were believing that he had always wanted to kill the daughter, but he couldn't. So he would just kill the girls that look like him. But the girls still talked to her dad. Like they were like, oh, you still go visit him? She's like, every single time they have visiting hours, like I do. I'm like, oh, hell no. If my dad, my mom, my brother, my sister were serial killers, never. I would never speak to you
Mine
again.
depends on. Okay,
Ever.
wait. I'm sorry. So serial killers, that means not
Serial
just
killers?
one.
No, they kill
Oh,
like
okay.
more
Yeah, wait,
than a
because I'm like,
couple.
if it was just like, oh, like her
They
husband
kill
cheated
one.
on her and she was like, in the heat of passion killed him.
Okay,
I'm
what
like,
are
I'd
you
go.
talking about? You're like,
I'm just saying that's different, but
cheated on one. You're like, just
so
kill her.
serial, dang.
No, serial killer. Like they have like, they've killed 10 people, 9 people, 20, 30, 40, like.
It sounds so bad, but honestly, I might still just. See
No,
them.
you would. I wouldn't.
I think I
That's
would.
scary. I would be like, there's. What do we have to talk about? You just killed 20 people. So what are we gonna talk about? How's your day
I
going?
can't say exactly. I just feel like I think I would. I don't know. I mean, that's just my
That's
first.
crazy.
What would you guys do? If you found out your one of your whatever you want, like one of your closest in your family is a serial killer.
How many people did they kill? And
So let's
and
just say
why'd they
15.
kill them?
15. They're just
She
because.
said, let's say 15.
So let's say your dad would just go around and
I
just
don't
pick
know.
up
I
random
feel
girls
like-
and just kill them.
I feel like family loyalty is loyalty.
I feel bad for him because something's going on in his head. If
So
he's
you
killed-
would talk to him?
Would you visit
Oh,
him
hell
or
yeah.
them,
I think-
her?
I
You
would
guys
vi-
are crazy.
Yeah, see?
I think I'd visit him.
Yeah, I would too.
Oh
I feel sad
no,
for him.
no. Mama D,
Mama
if you
D?
found out your dad was a serial killer that killed women, 15
no,
girls.
I wouldn't.
No, but you can't say for okay, grandma.
If my mom killed 15 men,
Because you can't say grandpa.
You can though because he's
No, but it's who she's closest to is that's why she's not as close.
Oh,
That's why you have to say who they're closest
honestly,
to.
yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to associate with anyone that's
No, that's
vibrating
psycho.
that's even like
If it
Like,
was
you can
me,
kill me.
possibility in
I
their
would never.
head.
Okay, what if Jasmine killed? Let's say.
It sounds
She would
crazy
never-
now.
she
It's
would never
absurd.
kill
This
anybody.
actually sounds absurd, but
Don't make her mad. I'm joking.
going off.
Do
with
not make
this.
her mad. No, but if Jasmine was to kill like 20 people
Sounds so evil.
and you found out,
There we go.
and she ended up saying like, "Yeah, I did,"
Shit. shit.
Would you
Only
still talk
men,
to
though,
her?
and no one that we knew randoms.
Still, like,
But
oh
wasn't anyone I knew?
Oh,
And there was just random.
This isn't funny, guys. Sorry.
no,
but
that's
just-
not. We're
yeah.
like laughing, like, ah.
I don't know. It's interesting because if it was anybody, I'd be like, yeah, like I don't care. Like I just wouldn't want to associate. But my daughter, I don't know. That's really interesting.
Would you probably go
man.
visit me sometimes?
Yeah, and I honestly would think too. Like
Or
I
maybe
think
you
as
try
my kid,
to
I
coach
think
me like therapy.
I
try
think
to
like
find
after
out.
20 people you murdered, like you're like you need help. Like something went wrong
That's
somewhere.
what Ann said too. Like I just think that he needed like some mental.
Yeah, I think
Therapy,
I think
yeah.
you'd be the only one that I'd make the exception for. You know, and Abel.
Oh, Jasmine,
No.
never speaking to you again. I'm
Me?
so
Wait,
scared.
what? Oh.
Have you killed 20 people? Like, oh no, I'm terrified.
I don't know.
What's my question?
I would want to interview you though.
Okay, wait. Who's Abel closest to? We're asking my uncle right now, or our audience, aka Aunt Sound Guy, Mama D, and Abel, uncle.
All of you.
My
Any
coworker.
of you.
But like,
any-
what's who? I mean, let's
any
just
of
say
you
okay,
guys.
Abel.
I
Hey,
would.
pause for Mama
for
D.
grandma. Oh,
Oh
I
no,
wanna say
Mama D.
grandma.
Oh, okay.
You find out
Grammys.
grandma's a serial killer.
Grandma.
She's killed 15 men.
Probably
None
you.
that you know personally. Would you go visit her?
But she would pick him up and literally random innocent men.
She's trying to like. She's mad because everyone's saying they still visit their
innocent men.
family.
She would kill innocent men, and she would torture them, like kill them.
Family. What do they say? Something's thicker than
And
blood.
she
Family's
became
thicker than
end-
blood.
Ended up having a name for herself, like serial killer something. Like she had a name for herself.
Oh, something like that.
What would you do, Abe?
Oh man, that's a good
Loyalty's
question.
thicker
I
than
would-
blood.
I would ask her why didn't
would-
you
but
call
would
me
you visit-
She's
first?
like, no reason.
Hey, yeah, Abel's like,
She's
I
like,
could
I
have
would've
helped
helped
you.
you.
I'll be in there with you.
There was
Obviously,
no
they
reason
did
why.
something wrong, so.
Okay, but I mean,
I'd
guy-
kill
this can
for
go a
my
lot of ways,
mama.
but so you would visit her, basically, yes.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, definitely. I honestly, I would
Oh
visit. I
my
would visit any
gosh,
of
you
you.
guys.
Yeah. Would you visit Noelle?
I visit. And I'll be like, little no.
He's like, what's the good, what's goody little cheater?
He's like, just don't kill me. He's like, do not
He's
kill
like,
me.
anyway, so let's forget
I
your
heard you.
your
So
murderings.
if
But
I
are you
killed-
still cheating?
If I killed somebody, or
Okay,
I
what
killed
would
more
you-
than like guys and girls, 14 people,
Okay,
15
how about
people.
this? Okay, how about this?
Would you still talk to me?
me talk to you?
Would you still come visit me in jail? Put money in my books. Money in my books.
It sounds so bad to think about, but like it depends on like I don't know, like if you just I wouldn't it is I feel like we're getting so morbid now, but like
I know this is not even a real question.
like yeah,
This is a real
this is so
question.
many what
You're
ifs.
supposed to say no.
We're gonna go off topic, everyone. Sorry,
Yeah, sorry
but
guys.
we're on
Just
what ifs.
trying to get this question in.
Okay. But that really got so random. Sorry, everyone.
Sorry guys. I just had to
No,
ask.
We just okay.
It's a crazy show. I just want to
But
ask.
do you believe in past lives?
Okay. Like what?
Like that before we were born into this body on this earth at this time, like how we're here right now, do you believe you've lived different centuries in different bodies, whether you were like a man, a woman, like have you familiar a little bit with past lives or
I'm not actually. I've had like sometimes I've joked about it. Sometimes I'm like, dang, I'm so good at this. Maybe I was back in my past if I did this. But I do I more believe in the afterlife. Like not that I don't believe in the past life. I just never really think about it. But like I said, I have joked around like if I'm so good at something, I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe in the past life I was this. But
so you joke or you kind of believe?
I feel like it's kind of more believe. I'm like, dang, is this what I was back in the day? But like,
So you do.
but like I don't ever really think about it. I'm more in the afterlife. That's really like
Okay.
what I think about. What about you?
So if you had to say yes or no, would you say yes in past lives or more no? No, it's a no.
Do you think that this is your first time ever being born? You've never
On
ever
this
lived again. Like you're literally
planet
brand new
Earth,
to
and this
living
plane.
ever.
Let's hit this. I'm not used to this one.
I would say yes. I would say yeah. I would say this, like, the life you're in right now is yes. I would say yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I believe too.
Yeah?
Definitely. I've never had actual like kind of flashbacks, like they say. Yeah.
Needs to be tightened.
And
What part is sliding?
it just goes like this.
Okay, so
Does mine not? I know.
on the pole, yeah, turn that right.
You want me to hold your drink?
That should tighten it.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Just have to do a little bit. Okay. Yeah. So I've never had actual flashbacks of a past life, but I definitely believe in past lives. And then Keiko does past life regression. So even if we have never seen something, or she does like a hypnotherapy, not even hypno, I don't know if it's called that, but just past life regression. I think it's hypnotherapy, where we can kind of go back and see whatever we think was our, or not think, but just kind of you'll see. I think image. I've never done it before.
that'd be
I want
cool.
to.
I would want to.
Yeah, images of something, or just crazy, because I know some people have done it and they've seen themselves in like 100 years ago in
shit,
another
that'd be
country
crazy.
as like a little kid with something so and so. And I've also heard that, so your parents, our parents, or your brothers, your uncle, whatever, like your brothers, your sisters, it's kind of, I've heard that through each lifetime you all switch around. So your mom could have been in your past life your sister, your brother, one of your brothers could have been your dad, or just vice versa. Or your sister could have been your cousin.
That's cool though.
And I heard it all like, or you could have been there. You could have been your mom's mom. Like, so I heard that that's how it works. And I believe in that. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
same.
just something to think
I
about.
would say same. I don't really think about it much, but I do believe that. Mhm.
Okay.
Definitely.
And
Past
do you
life.
believe in something after death?
You know what? Yes, and I've been more about it after that my dad had passed away, because I just don't want him to. I just don't want to think that
Oh,
like
yeah.
he's just like that was the end of him. But like now that he did pass away, now like I literally am like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like there is an afterlife, like you know,
Love
like
that.
and it makes me feel 100% comfortable to know that there is an afterlife. Like I said, I've always thought about it. I just, once he passed away, then I fully was like, okay, there is an afterlife. And I do believe that there is an afterlife, like definitely.
Me too.
100%.
I agree. I don't know exactly
think
what
you
to
just
expect.
end. Me
I don't know
either.
what to expect or what there is, but I just know there's something, whether it's in your head. I don't know. I mean, I've heard so many different theories and stuff, but
Mhm.
I agree with you. I know there's something after the sort, whether it's like going into another dimension or just something in your brain. You
So
just
do you feel like you'll see your family again? Like once you pass away, that
I
you'll
do
see your
feel
family
that,
again?
and I feel like
I do
you're gonna
too.
definitely see the ones that did.
Yeah. I do too. That's why like now I'm like, it's kind of crazy. I mean, this sounds really creepy, but I've always, the number one thing, like they always say, like, what are you afraid of? I'm afraid of heights, rats, and death. And now I'm like, I'm actually not afraid of death. Like now I'm like, I know my time, if my time ever comes, I'll be 100% comfortable, because I'm like, there is an afterlife, and I'm like, my dad will be waiting there. I don't know what it's going to
Aw.
be. I don't know what it is. I don't even know if it
Yeah.
will look the same, but I'm like, I know
Yeah.
that I will be 100% comfortable in it. That's why I'm like, I do 100% believe that there is an afterlife, like for sure. And I feel like whatever you do now, I'm very also like, whatever you do now, like your wrongs and your rights, always try to be like as good as possible, because it's going to affect you
Yeah.
in your afterlife. Like if
there's
you're not like a
lessons
good person, like
you
I
need
feel
to
like you're
learn.
just gonna get like shit on, you know, like it's just, your life isn't gonna be as good.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to now, I'm like, okay, you have to be fucking good, because I don't want my afterlife to be horrible, you know? So I do believe in that.
Like in each lifetime, we have lessons that we are supposed to learn. Type of
Yes,
thing.
definitely, 100%. So everybody out there, do good every day. Make sure you always 100% do your best, because I believe in afterlife. Maybe nobody else does or whatever, but I do believe that
That's
there is an
good.
afterlife. Yeah,
Real quick. Do you
Go.
believe in aliens and do you believe in mermaids?
I believe in
Real
aliens
quick.
and mermaids. You know what?
I added the I mean, I don't know. I
Do you
honestly-
believe in? Do you
I
believe in
feel like
aliens?
at some point there was alien, or I don't know. I guess if aliens, you'd call it that, but I do believe in something. I mean, the galaxy is like like
Huge.
light years or whatever. It's just like I couldn't even describe how big it is. So for sure, I feel like there is another form of life out there. So yes, I don't know if
Yes.
they're gonna come like how we thinking like little green, like that. But there's something for sure. I believe in that part, and I do definitely believe in mermaids. And maybe they're not exactly how we think. Like me and you, just half of the bottom down.
Yeah, and like
With
the
like
flipper,
little,
like the
yeah, but I do think there's some type of like a something that was close that someone saw at one
Yes.
time. Or
Because
even, who knows if they're not still, still here.
You know what
Yeah.
I think? That I'm like, how did they think that that's what a mermaid looks like?
Yep.
That's what
Exactly,
I'm like.
like,
Somebody had to seen something, and like you said, the world is so huge that it's like we obviously scientists or us or there is other stuff out there that nobody has seen before. That I'm like, this world is so huge. Like not everybody has seen everything on here.
Mhm.
But what I literally believe in is I don't know if you guys ever heard Bigfoot. I swear to God, I believe in Bigfoot 100%. Maybe because I
You
grew
guys
up in
believe in
Idaho,
Bigfoot?
but like
Oh, yeah.
that was our number one thing that like Bigfoot would roam around.
Harry and the Henderson?
I have.
I love that.
I love that movie. Oh my gosh! But I do believe in Bigfoot 100%.
Mhm.
Do you believe that there's a big? Do you know what a Bigfoot is?
Is it just like a creature, like like looks like
It's-
Chewbacca? It looks
There
like
you go.
Chewbacca.
Yeah, but it's like a gorilla, but it's like a man kind of. It's literally what you said, but do you believe that there is a Bigfoot? And they've said they've seen like very rare sightings of him.
Yeah,
But-
you know, my
and
dad
they've
showed
had-
me this. We should have my dad on this episode.
Oh my
huh?
gosh! But there has been like some footages where I'm like,
Yeah.
holy shit! Like it's like it's like a 8 foot.
My dad said in Arkansas that they had like the most Bigfoot sightings ever.
Yes, and then I believe also it's like Montana. It's like Idaho.
Yeah.
It's like in like the rural areas.
I believe it then.
I do too.
And I'm like, no, you know what? You argue a good case. I believe it.
I
You
actually
convinced me.
believe that there is a Bigfoot, and like you said, there is. I believe also there's mermaids, aliens,
Yes.
huge. Like okay, first of all, nothing of aliens. Have you heard of Area 51? What do you believe in Area 51? I feel like that.
I don't know. I to be honest, I don't. I know of it. I don't really know facts on it. I haven't
You
looked into the
don't-
conspiracies. I just know kind of I think what everyone hears about it. So what do you know?
So Area 51 is located in Las Vegas, I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
And nobody can fly over it, and nobody can drive through Area 51. I believe if you do, you could get shot. They will kill you. They have like signs
Yeah.
everywhere. But we actually grew up in Idaho learning about Area 51, and they would
Wow.
always say that Area 51 has workers that like don't have like no family. So like once you work in the Area 51, like they would find people that don't have families where you can be like, okay, this is what's going on. But Area 51 is like a really secretive, it's like a secretive location, and they believe that it is the number one reason why is because they have seen alien footage. Like they have seen like alien sightings, and like they have like all these alien footings. And underneath Area 51 underground, it's like I believe it's like 10-20 feet underground, where like they have everybody living down there, like they all having like scientists. And to me, I'm like, if you cannot fly over Area 51 and you cannot drive through Area 51, like there has to be something very, very secretive, you know? Like there's like, what are you hiding there? But like I said, everybody that does work there, they don't ever leave. And I believe back in like the early 2000s.
They don't ever leave like the rest of their life?
No, because it's like if you work there and you can go home, like they're gonna think that you're gonna leak information out. So once you work in Area 51, you live, eat, sleep there. Like you don't ever leave, ever.
And they taught you this in school?
Yes, and the funny thing is they had showed us a footage that of a guy that one day he ended up leaving Area 51. Like he ended up leaving because it was just too much for him, and he had said like crazy shit happens. Like you guys don't want to know. He's like what the world actually knows. He's like they're hiding a lot of shit from you guys. He's like he's like they see aliens out here. He's like you guys need to be careful, and they actually ended up killing him. And he went for a while. He went missing, but they found him dead after he released that footage. Like I believe on like a radio thing, he had called on radio saying that he's like, guys, be aware of Area 51. He's like,
they found him dead later on.
Yes, he's like
This all goes back into conspiracy theories.
Yes, they go to conspiracy theories.
But there's so many conspiracies and everything.
There's so many conspiracy theories, but like I do believe, and they said like Area 51 literally only it's specific. It's like it's only like number one thing they always look at is like aliens, and that's what the guy said. He's like there's aliens out here. He's like there's creatures out here that you guys don't know about. He's like that they don't tell you guys on. He's like for what reason? He's like I don't know. He's like but just be careful. And I believe that he went missing and they ended up finding him dead. But
sheesh.
I do believe in aliens, and Area 51 is like a big thing about aliens. They say like that's why you can't fly over because of like UFOs. are like over Area 51, and
That's
I'm like
the what's it called? Bermuda Triangle.
where they said like every ship goes.
That one is fucking crazy. Yeah. What is that?
And didn't they say like there's so many abandoned boats, right? Like people.
I'm gonna look that up. Where is it?
Systems go out completely.
And people don't make it out alive. So if you go through,
They're
if
saying
you
when you go
through
through that area, that all radar, any electronics through
the boats will just and the people go missing, but the boats will only be there by themselves. It's kind of creepy. It's a lot of those crazy, creepy conspiracy theories.
Cuckoo.
The devil, they call it the devil's triangle.
The Devil's Triangle? Oh, that's so creepy.
El Diablo.
Yeah, that's very creepy. I know my sister had flown out a couple weeks ago close to the Bermuda Triangle, and she had said like that everybody was saying that like the captain joked around something that they couldn't fly over. My sister's like, why? And he's like, oh, you don't want to know. He's like, even planes have gone missing that have gone over through the Bermuda Triangle. So it's like a really big thing. I'm like, that's crazy. I wish we could just all go on a little
Kinda
trip
like, and then kind of
see why.
Not
like,
to that extent, but also too that I've heard the Congo forest that
Well, I've never
no
heard of
one
that.
has ever. It's so like no one has ever gone in deep and ever made it out. Like nobody knows what type of what type of animals. Like they think some prehistoric animals live in there.
So like an animal that nobody's ever seen before.
So even if you were to fly over like the big center somewhat, whatever, I don't know exactly to the details, but something like that. If you fly over, it's so many trees you couldn't even see in. Like you couldn't and a lot of the people that try to go deep, you never ever get out. And they're like, is that not kind of something too? Or how can nobody ever, even with the team, like kind of never make it out?
Especially like a forest. Oh, that's so creepy. Oh my gosh.
Cool,
okay, if you ever got to, let's say like if they were like, Jasmine, we're going on a trip, or like we're going to go on a voyage, if they ever said, would you ever want to go to the Area 51 or Bermuda Triangle? Would you ever be interested in like be like, okay, I'm gonna go and see if it's true for myself, or no? You'd be like, no, I'm gonna listen to what everybody says.
Show you like a tourist spot though, like what you could see, like
no, like if they were like, we're on a part of a team where like we're gonna see if we make it through the Bermuda Triangle. They say nobody has ever made it out. Would you join?
I wouldn't.
Me either. I would be like, no, I'm good.
No.
Definitely not. What about Area 51?
No, probably not.
No?
There's always a trick. It wouldn't be
What
that
about
easy.
the forest?
Like what for the Bigfoot thing?
Or what'd you say, the conga?
Oh, the Congo. Oh yeah.
No, they said let's go. We're gonna have like this is the team. We're gonna see what's actually in there. See if it's actually really true. Would you?
No.
I would love to. Don't get me wrong.
That one I would be closest to saying yes.
Really? Oh no, I'm scared. No.
Alright, before we end, what's top 5 fears that you guys have?
Go. What are your top
I don't
5
have
fears?
actual fears, like no serious phobias. I just really don't like bugs. Bugs, like insects. I don't.
Really? You don't have fears at
I
all?
don't know. Like
Just
I'll be like,
bugs?
like, but I don't have an actual phobia, fear. Nothing that at all comes to mind. I mean, yeah.
What about like one of us dying, or
That's a natural part of life. I mean, I'm not happy about it, but I'm not like very.
You don't fear?
fearful.
Really?
Nothing right now that comes to mind except, but bugs really. I'm scared of bugs, kind of. Not. I don't know. Kind of bugs, I'd say.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not scared of all bugs.
all bugs?
So-
Butterflies, rosebuds.
Oh, but there's like who knows how many. So like the gross bugs.
So Jasmine's fears are basically just bugs. Everyone who's tuning in. That's good. I actually have a lot of fears. It's kind of weird, but number 1, heights. No, that's my huge. I hate heights.
You can't really go on a ladder or anything.
No, I hate heights. Like I can't even.
Ooh.
It's so my apartment is like in a building, and we were supposed to be on the 17th floor.
Oh, that's why you told me you
and
wanted
I
to
said
stay
no.
low.
I'm like 3.
Yeah.
I literally said 3 and lower, and she was like, okay, perfect. So like I'm like a huge thing. Don't go on. I've never been on a roller coaster before, ever.
Have you never been
Even
on a
Ferris wheels are like huge thing for me. But heights is 1. 2 is rats. I hate rats. Like
Which is
I'm
so strange.
scared of rats. Like,
Last time
ugh.
you saw, we were walking from, I don't know if we were leaving
Because-
Bottega or Joey's,
yes.
and then you were like, look, a rat. You're all casual.
Yes, because it's honestly, one, because it's just kind of what you see in downtown LA, and it was far enough, but let it be like anywhere from like the stand to here. Oh, I'm freaking out, like 100%.
Rata.
3, I used to be afraid of death, not no more, but 3 would be the dark. I am so afraid
Oh
of,
yeah, actually, I don't like the dark either.
a big fear of the dark. I have to have the TV on when I sleep. If not, I have to have like a lamp on.
Me too.
I
Okay.
hate the dark. Like, oh my gosh, I hate the dark. And then other than that, that's kind of it. I feel like the older I'm getting like claustrophobic. Sometimes when I'm in like an elevator and it's too many people, I'm like panicking. But that's, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's like a fear, but it is almost becoming a fear because I'm like, oh my God, I don't like this. But just the dark, and then heights and rats. 3 things I just don't fuck with at all. Like, oh, it's so scary.
We gotta pull a prank on Nono with a fake rat.
No, I will freak.
I'm gonna do it.
Ow. No,
I'm like, turn the lights off. There's a rat. There's a rat.
I would freak out. No, but the dark
She
is
runs
so
into the door like
no, but the dark is so scary. I'm like, I hate it. Like, I'm just, sometimes I feel like I'll be laying there and I see something, and I turn it on and it's just like my laundry, or like it's just like my vanity. I don't know. I just feel like I'm so afraid of the dark. And you never know what happens in the dark.
Touché.
Never. You never know what happens in the dark. Ever.
There we did. There we have it. Cheers to our conclusion.
Cheers. I don't even have that much.
Quarantining. You did good because you never drink. That was your second glass. Strong
Ever.
too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine. She's like, no,
It
she's
actually,
she's like, smell it.
It actually, I was like, oh, this is too strong.
Thank you again, everyone, for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
We are back next week with a guest. Just gonna do on video chat time. It's gonna be really awesome, really fun. And then we're also still open to sponsors, so you could DM either
Always,
of us.
yes, please.
You're gonna be sponsored on all our social media.
Mm-hmm.
We love you and appreciate you so much. Please stay safe, stay fun. Watch Mama D's podcast on Wednesdays
Every
at 8
Wednesday.
to 9.
8 to 9.
And
Roll the
then
dice.
ours on Thursday at 7. And Fresa out.
Coco out.
Where's the outro, guys? Is it that? And